Welcome to another Mobile Reasoning with Good News Jamaica. As you know, we look for extraordinary Jamaicans all over the world to talk to, just to understand what they are doing and how they're making an impact in their neighborhood, in their community. Today, we're at Bebel Rock. I'll explain that a little bit later, but we're at Bebel Rock. And we're speaking with the CEO, Mr. Abishai Hoilett. He's a man women love. Really cool, relaxed gentleman, but you'll see, you'll understand. Stick, stay, relax, like, share, comment, and enjoy Mobile Reasoning. We're here with Abishai Hoilett. Brother,
Bless up.
respect, man.
Every time.
First of all, off the bat,
Yeah.
from long time, me respect the eye to the maximum, right? I love the way, just your personality, not about your work yet, but your personality has just been something that I say, a man there, him set away. You understand? And that is the reason why I called it to say, yo, I want to interview with the eye. See? You've done so much. You're doing so much. You're the chairman of the Reggae Month Committee.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
JARIA.
JARIA Reggae Month Committee. Brother, this year past Reggae Month, as far as a fan is concerned, as far as a consumer is concerned, you realize you got over 2 million participants throughout Reggae Month, just for the things that were online?
Yeah, man. It's interesting, like, talking to people and like even yourself, and I see your reaction to it. For me, it's years of work and sacrifice and a vision that people even before myself started, and I was lucky enough to become a part of it, and then having the honor to lead the team for the past few years. And when we started, it wasn't necessarily a concept that everybody understood. Why Reggae Month? Why an entire month? Why February? And there was a lot to explain. One of the things that was very apparent for us in having the discussions with people was that we had work to do in terms of the mindset of Jamaican people to understand what it is really we had in our music and in our culture, and then get everybody to want to celebrate and then project that to the world. Going into this year's Reggae Month, it was, for all of us on the team, something that we were cognizant of, that we needed to not only present a good program, but present something that would give back some energy and some hope to the sector and to the industry, and give people something to cheer about and to feel happy about. And also, we realized that with COVID and going virtual, we had an opportunity to invite the globe in an even bigger way to partake in what we were doing, and also to get Jamaicans to see how much the outside international space appreciates what we are doing for our music, because the virtual world allows for that.
Did you notice, so after you've put together this package and you've executed it, you said that you were hearing from people what their responses to what was given for Reggae Month. Are you hearing positive feedback?
Yeah, nothing but positive feedback, and that's why I say we have a lot of people that played a part. You know what I mean? It was the work of JARIA. It was also the work of the Culture Ministry. It was the work of our media partners who came on board to help getting that out there, you know what I mean? So this year we partnered with not only local media partners, but also international media partners. And everybody worked together in a way that you don't often see. You understand what I mean? And so that was great to see. Competitors coming together to celebrate the music and knowing that the culture is first. And I think what happened is the general public realized that and could feel that vibe, feel that energy. And then because the lack of shows and the lack of activity, being able to get that entertainment, of course everybody are happy. We know music is the heartbeat of the culture. So when people get the music, them feel no pain. So
Yeah, it was quite obvious. I mean, when I was looking at the different responses to the different things, a lot of people from overseas was logging in, you know, and so I was saying, boy, want to really turn up the overseas marketing and the overseas, this message getting out. But then I realized it was even better than that, because it was a lot of shares that was happening.
Yeah, that was amazing, man. Because all right, so very early in the day, once we knew we were going virtual, my whole thing was, all right, we need to get the biggest reggae media brands on board to help us push out what we're doing, and they came on board. And as an example of the growth that we have seen when we just started on the concept of Reggae Month, talking to media in general, locally and internationally, it was a back and forth, getting them to understand. Now when we call and we say Reggae Month, everybody is ready. And we saw that play out. And their audience loved what they saw. So we were in South America, we're in North America, we're in Europe, we're in Japan. Our releases and a lot of our programming were translated into Spanish and Portuguese. So we really went international this year in a big way to spread the culture even more and invite people, as you said, the shares, the over 2 million imprints over the month. Yeah, it really shows that it's no longer just us Jamaicans or us in the industry recognizing Reggae Month, but truly now it's a concept that's cemented, it's built in.
No, you are part of the reggae revival, as them would want to coin it, with the Chronics and the Kabaka and the such and such. I was telling all viewers that we're here at Bebel Rock.
Yeah.
So explain to everybody, what is Bebel Rock?
Oh, Bebel Rock. Bebel Rock is a lot of things, but in terms of the music, formally I guess you would say we're a indie music label / management company, formally registered. But more than that, you know, is a family. You know what I mean? Bebel Rock is myself, Dwayne, Kabaka Pyramid. And all three of us, we've known each other since we were like 10. You know, so even more than the business side of it is a family thing, is a life mission. And so from that perspective, you know, we give thanks that a lot of people say friendship and business don't mix. You know, we haven't found that in life, you know. So yeah, that's been great. And so Bebel Rock, the entity, most people associate it with Kabaka's career. So we have been the engine behind Kabaka's career since inception and still. It's even something like that from you see we're a Rasta man. You know what I mean? And contrary to, you know, how people might make things seem nowadays and everybody I try put on this tough man image and that kind of vibes. We know so Rasta is about peace and love, and it's about spreading unity and them things, and self-reliance, you know what I mean? And so that's what we're about, you know, self-reliance, even for ourselves coming in the business. We did a lot on our own, teaching ourselves and taking risk, you know what I mean, and doing it together on our own as just what we know as part of the Rastafari lifestyle, self-reliance and, you know, the whole creed. So, you know, hungry be fed, you know, naked be clothed, elders be cared for. You know, general principles like that we try hold, and we stay true to ourselves. We come from a good home. My brethren them come from a good home. Right. So we honor our mother and our father and our ancestors the same way. So, you know, straightforward. Like, to me, that's not even something where I think about. If you understand what I mean. I just that. I can't do anything different. Right. You know, from I know myself, that we know. So we not really. And even on the other side of it, you know, we realize that as Rasta youth, as conscious people, we represent and we symbolize something in the society. And so for us, it's not necessarily about a hype, and, you know, we're cognizant that our thing might not be what is at the top of people's brain because we're not join certain hype and certain things like that. And, you know, but at the end of the day, that's not what brought us into the business. So it won't necessarily change how we operate. As I say, we're very conscious of the role we play, what we represent, and we know that even if we're not the quote-unquote hype, we know that people feel us. We know people hear us and respect what we're doing.
I think that is because of the words you put together. Because a lot of people can put together a lot of words, right? And they're empty. But the words that we're hearing, and I'm not just in Kabaka songs, but
I tell you where it is. I tell you where it is. It's not just the words, you know. It's a consistency. It's a consistency of effort. It's a consistency of professionalism. It's a consistency in the words. And so after a while, people respect that and them realize, oh, you're real. You know, you hold it. And I like say, we come talk a thing for trick the youth them. And we catch a lane and then, you know, it's a different argument to argue the youth them after that. No, we still say the same kind of things, which is apply yourself. You know what I mean? Every profession is an honorable profession or most. So it's that we just there for show the youth them say positive attitude, confidence is key. You know, without confidence you have already lost in the race of life. So them principles, you know, of our ancestors, where we just keep that tradition going while bringing what we can in terms of the new flavor, the new vibes, where we have our energy as, you know, individuals.
How did, because we're on Skibbo Avenue, right? A very interesting area as far as from the 70s till now.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah.
How did...
In the place where we're there now. So where we're there now, a Bebel Rock, but it's also coming from my old man time. You know what I mean? And so this was original, you know, Rastaman place. That's how we know it. You know, from we grew up. It's a weird thing. I could never even consider the place just ours.
Right.
Because it was always a thing where father explained to us, a part of it is also the whole, how would I call it now, community again, I have to go back to. So on any given day growing up, while we're here in this space, and I say we grew up here the entire time, but we know anytime on this space, any one of the brethren or sisterins can walk through the gate. And it is expected that hospitality is shown, you know, and no matter if we have everything or we don't have nothing on that day, it's just the principle of the space. And so it carries that energy, you know, and it is part of what allow us as Bebel Rock to be who we are and to hold our strength and renew our energy. You know what I mean?
But I want to talk about the area. So this area, when during certain nights back in the day, it's permeated with music. Dancehall music.
All right, so right up the road, it's a Grove Road and Skibbo Avenue corner, right? So right up the road, we have these, I know the name.
House of Leo.
Not just House of Leo, man. House of Leo up on Cargill.
Cargill, yes.
Right? So that's a parallel street right down the road. But I start right on Grove Road even before we reach down there. So at the top of Grove Road, you have one of Sizzler first set a producer where he would have worked with. I can't believe one of the brethren them soon passed through and remind me where the studio name. Down the road we have Penthouse Studio with the you know what I mean, the legendary Donovan, Jermaine and the whole crew there, that legacy that bring. As you started to allude to, parallel street in the same community, we have Cargill Avenue, House of Leo. Right now there's House of Dancehall there. Yes. Enough artists, enough sound man pass through the area. And so we're known for that, you know, as a heritage. So yeah, it is, and not a lot of people realize it now because, you know, it's a lot of, so if you notice some of the names where we call people associate them more with 90s and them time, then maybe even 80s. And so now, those are where I hold the order now and I hold up the whole banner for music in the area. Maybe we're not as loud with it, that we're from Kencut or, you know, halfway tree area. But yeah, man, we same way. You know what I mean? Uncle Donovan still down the road.
Yeah,
we still there. Yeah.
But what I want to get to is growing up in this area during your time in the 80s and 90s.
No, yeah, hold me up now.
All right. All right, 90s. 90s.
I joke. Go on.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, me in the area of the 80s.
No, man, he's an 80s baby. Yeah, man, he's an 80s baby.
That must have had an influence, because I mean, if I grew up in Garden
Yeah,
Town,
I want to tell you deeper than that. All right, so over the years, we never necessarily sleep here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We spend a lot of time here. Most growing up in the early days, this was more a business place.
Okay.
You know, still is. And so at home, personally, you know, all my family love music, but I had an older brother that had a sound system, was a selector. So HMV and Timmy HMV, big selector them time there. And so at home, he was always playing music. So just always music, just from we know ourselves, we know music. So in high school, we have a little crew and thing, same set of youth where we come and make Bebel Rock with. And we make a sound system in a high school. And them time there was a little crew named Bomb Squad. And we have a sound system named Time Bomb. We want to blow up everything. And yeah, that was kind of the vibes, you know what I mean? Music. It was the escape. It was what we gravitate towards. It was what come natural to it. So again, just like everything else, it wasn't something where we think about it. We just do. One of the biggest things where we try exude in what we do is live what we preach, you know what I mean? And then the greatest honor or dream that come true for us is being able to live from our passions, you know what I mean? Our passion feed we.
Let's talk about that for a little bit, because a lot of people think that this is just entertainment, right? They don't see it as a business. How do you transition? Because I mean, a lot of artists, when you ask them about royalties and you ask them about all the different things that can come out of business, they don't really know. They just want to perform. So how does that...
I mean, you apply yourself. It was one of the first things. So like even when we start our vibes and I get serious with it, we have a big crew. And you have like 8, 9 artists. And it's like even me at the time, I never get up and say I want to be a manager, I want to go into that, man. When them amongst my brethren them, and it's like me, I watch my brethren them do them passion, them want to be artists. And I realized at that point that nobody was really checking into the other side of it. And you know, I sharp them way this, so I say, all right, let me help my brethren them. It was really that. I say, I go help my brethren them because me I do my thing, but I don't want to be a point in life where my brethren them also not successful or living them passion in a way where them feel, you know, them feel good. And so I help my brethren them, and one of the first things we do is just apply ourselves to the knowledge. So I always tell people, whatever it is, music, business, sports, educate yourself about the field that you're in. Nothing is wrong with gaining knowledge, and you can't hurt from knowledge. You can't have too much knowledge about a situation. So educate yourself about the business, not just the creative aspect, but about the money aspect. Sometimes maybe as a culture we're afraid to talk about money in the perspective of not having it and how to get it. Everybody likes to brag about having a lot of money, but we don't necessarily have a lot of conversations about financial education and balancing that in terms of when you get money, how do you maintain it? And you know, that was it, is our education and applying what we learn, and then continuously keeping up and educating. So we came in the business at a time when the business probably at the interesting point of transition, and that it continues to happen. So I tell people, COVID, don't make COVID tricky in terms of the music business and the changes that you see happening. Yes, it speeds certain things up, and it brought certain things more to the fore in terms of people doing virtual shows, but the business was already going there. The heavy digitization of the music business is no secret. in terms of the trends,
Right.
and that's been happening. And that's something that started since Napster.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, more than 2 decades later, believe you me, there's no turning back. You know, we're in a digital age, and with that, how you market music, how you make money from music, how people access music, how people interface with artists and their favorite brands, and how corporate make partnerships with these brands, all of that is evolving. And so as music people, industry people, if we not continue to educate ourselves and then applying that, you know, you won't see the benefit of the new industry.
So I was looking at Amazon Prime earlier today, and noticing that there's a trick with Amazon Prime. Because yes, you pay for Amazon Prime and you get a certain amount of access to music. But if you do Amazon Music now, you get access to everything. So I was looking up Kabaka on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And noticing that it's just a few.
Yeah.
And in order to get more,
you have to pay
you have to pay money.
Yeah.
That is a thing that you have to learn the ins and outs of the game.
And some of them, it's also how the platform set up. It's not even necessarily us as a team.
Oh, you don't manage that?
Yeah, in some cases, yes.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, in some cases, it's the platform, how the platform is set up to work. You know, like Spotify, you can access it freely, but you can't necessarily search and play songs, how we say now, as a
playlist.
As a playlist, right. You can access a playlist, but you can't choose to play a specific song or a specific thing if you don't pay to subscribe. And so that's the whole push, getting people to subscribe. So the joke about the music business with that, just to give an example, and the streaming services and all of that. Before things went digital, your typical fan, you like music. How many CD albums you'd have buy in a given year average when CDs were out?
Well, you can't ask me that, because I was a sound man. So.
Oh, no, but so, thinking back to it, the average fan.
Maybe 5 for the year.
Maybe 5 for the year. Yeah, 3 to 5. Nowadays, somebody have a subscription to one of these things. They're giving Apple or Spotify or whoever, Tidal, at least $10 a month.
That's right.
$9.90 a month. So that's 12 times. So from that perspective, the music business is deeper in the consumer pocket now than it's ever been.
That's right.
Because these same consumers are still buying merch, still going to concerts. And so it's for us now to bring it back to the reggae and Jamaican industry in terms of what you're asking, to understand how to navigate the landscape as it is now, so that we are able to benefit, not just from the hype, but also from some real money, because there's a lot of money going around in the business right now on that level.
I see that like Popcorn just went and was certified gold recently. What does that mean for an artist when they're certified whatever?
Typical, like in America, it means 500,000 copies of your record
has been sold.
Yeah, but things, it's a little different nowadays, because they take account of like streaming and things like that, and so they might say to you that 1 million streams is worth this much equivalency of records sold or things like that, and then balance it out in that way. I probably need a refresher on exactly what the 2021 gold standard is now. But yeah, well deserved. You know what I mean? Popcorn always a work hard, put out the music. So we're glad anytime Jamaican music, dancehall, reggae music can get that recognition and know that consumers are taking part, and corporate like see that. It's just good. Everything like that is good for the business.
See, now we're sitting in front of a speaker box wall, right? Which is beautiful. My thing, right? Right. So, are these days coming back?
What do you mean, sound system?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sound system culture can't dead. We know COVID are going now, but we see people right now in different parts of the world, concerts come back. Some places have concerts right now.
No, but that's stage show concerts.
Yeah, no,
Me
but
talk
what I'm
about
getting
this.
at, no, but what I'm
Yeah.
getting at though,
Yeah.
once you have people that gather, this must come back. This is the backbone of what we do, you know.
But this died. This
No,
died.
man.
Yes,
Maybe someplace. Let me tell you something. Let me
they
tell you
start
something.
use monitors.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. There's no denying, say, yeah, it's not at its heyday. But if you're going to ask me now if it's going away, no.
Alright.
Two different conversations.
True.
Is that its heyday? No. But is sound system still a big thing? Yes. It's a big part of reggae culture, yes. Do you still have thousands of soundmen around the world
Oh yes, absolutely.
doing them thing?
Well,
You
we
talk
have,
to the
we have
typical-
DJs. We have DJs.
All
I
right.
don't know if we have soundman around the world. We have
True.
some.
True, you have some. All right, I take your point there. I take your point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything evolve. What you gonna do? The thing
That's why I was
change
asking
now.
about this,
Every
you know.
man, remember, you know. But if you ask me if it will ever go away where the reggae massive want to come out and listen to reggae music over loudspeakers with some nice bass, a rumble in them chests, I don't think that will ever go away.
So you think that is secure?
Yeah, man. I think that is secure. And maybe, I hope not, but maybe Jamaica might not be the place that keep it alive. You know, there's some of the realities we have to face. I hope not, but we have to accept that reality. You know, when we travel, and we travel all over the world with reggae music, we see that the sound system culture is huge and the dedication to it is massive outside of Jamaica. You know what I mean? Like me, I go to Japan and you meet an 18-year-old sound man who is serious. Him serious about it. Him a collect him dub them. Him a bill him box them one by one. Man serious about him thing.
Right, right.
Him not take no argument. My personal opinion.
Yeah.
The audience determine that because them determine what make them comfortable, and then the more people doing things and the more things that do and people exposed to other things, it's different level of comfort and you have different kind of audience. So that's the beauty about entertainment and promotion and everything have an audience, you know. You know, your job as a
glad you bring
promoter
that
is
up.
to find an audience. So
I'm glad you bring
it's
that
like you'll have some people who want to pay 100 US and go and drink champagne and listen to dancehall and reggae music out of some powered speakers, not too much talking from the mic. And you have a next set of massive who want to go a free dance, but them are going to buy 5 crate of Guinness, a buckle of Hennessy, and the sound must loud, and the DJ must play dub and pull up and talk and bring vibes, and the dancer them must come dance, and money pull up must go on, and some people love that. And that have a space. You know,
I want to talk to you about evolution of our music.
yeah.
See, because you've been around
Yeah.
long enough. Not as long as I have, but I just want to make that it's a
Make
young
that clear.
man.
Make that clear.
But so you've heard the evolution of our music,
Yeah.
right?
And we studied.
And you study it. All
Yeah.
right. So my question is, why is it that we leave the majority of our music once we evolve to a new? Because if we look at Latin
good
American
question.
culture or US or wherever, doesn't matter how the new sound come, the old sound still has a place, still has a worth, still has a foundation of what is happening.
No, it's a crazy thing. So it's like growing up, even we never realized that. When we say we, you know, like Bebel Rock, like Kabaka, Duane, we, it's not something where we were very conscious of. The moment we started traveling for music, you realize, you turn on the radio anywhere else in the world, and you realize you can hear a song from almost any era. And it mixes in with a new song.
Exactly.
And go back, it's like, Jamaica, we don't work so. I don't have the answer. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to, maybe we make too much music. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Jamaica pump out a lot of music. You know, some people would say we are, you know, the one of the main factories for music in the world. You have the US, UK, and you have Jamaica in terms of the volume of music that we just put out and influence and
Right.
So yeah, it's hard to say.
Because I'm thinking of when, you know, unfortunately our elders are passing on, as they should. It's a part of life, seeing. But like, you right just pass.
Yeah.
We don't have no more toaster.
I mean, no,
we don't. A toaster, me I say no.
Yeah.
We're not talking about MC. We're not talking about We're not talking about DJ.
What you call a toaster?
What Uri used to do. What Uri used to do.
Yeah, people who can do it, but I understand your point.
So then now we move to Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Rocksteady is gone, unless you go to overseas and you hear Rocksteady performers. Ska. If you want to hear a new ska, you have to go to Germany.
You know, I want to tell you the joke about that. So I hear that argument recently. It's funny you bring that up and you use ska as an example. May I listen to that argument? May I try to remember either Colin Hines or Liquid, one of them selector. And may I drive and may I listen to them in the car. And they brought that up because somebody paged them about it. And they were disputing that with themselves, obviously. They can't talk for every selector. And then play some examples of ska tune that they've been playing. And recent ska tunes are dancehall or reggae songs that heavily ska influence. And then play them. And explain, say, yeah, sometimes I'll come on the radio and I'll play half an hour ska influenced songs, but it's not like me I announce it as that. So maybe people don't take notice. One thing I realize, music, a big part of music is marketing and promotion and branding. If people don't brand something a certain way, it get looked over. You know, this social media age where like self-promotion is big and people declaring that I represent this and self-proclamation and that kind of thing is heavy in the social media age and influencer culture and that kind of thing. It's you know, it for the ones that don't do that or don't have a platform, it's not easy to see it. So maybe it is that a better way to say it or to look at it is that most of the ones with platforms don't do that. You know what I mean? If that's how you look on it. But I'm sure if we start call some name and you look on them catalog, we're going to find some ska tune.
No, hold on, man. No, this is what I'm saying. I'm making a comparison now.
Yeah.
Seeing? Because if you go anywhere in Latin America, salsa, it is redone every day.
But how much music South America have?
No. Hold on, man. We're talking about a culture of music.
Yeah.
We're talking about musical culture. See? Bachata, salsa, now reggaeton, and all those. They each have their following. Now, Fab Five will always have a following.
Yeah.
Right? Jolly Boys would always have a following because they represent a certain type of music. Right?
Yeah.
Even if
that's right.
Even if culture, right, was to say, let's get back and do our thing and start put it out again, they would have a certain following, right? Third World is a great example, right?
Yeah, I like that. I like how you put your argument together. Everybody get called kind of different, but have them things.
Yeah, have them things. So what I say is, our Rocksteady, our music from back in those days, them shouldn't be gone because we all love it. When we hear My Boy Lollipop and all them things, we still rail and we still have a good time with it. So why aren't new artists making that music?
So that's what, again, that's what I say now.
Colin Hines, you were saying Colin Hines and them man, they were having an argument.
You do have artists who play it.
Influenced music.
No man, you have man who have them kind of song there too.
New songs?
Yeah man, new song. But this is what I'm going to say to you. It not going to sound like how it used to sound.
Why not? Reggae sound like it used to sound?
No. I dispute that.
Yeah, man.
Who sound like Peter Tosh right now? The sound.
No, man. Well.
Who sound like Bob right now?
No,
the sound.
No. Man, I talk about the music, you know. Man, I talk about
no, but the music. That's what I said to you.
The music is all encompassing. I understand.
I don't think it sounds the same.
But even Israel Vibration, right? Sounds like a burning spear, except for.
I use this example. Black Uhuru sound like Bob Marley to you?
No, they have a different sound. But it's reggae music that sounds that sound of reggae music.
And you accept it
as reggae. But that sound of reggae music is authentic and it's original.
No, man.
Whether it is black
there's
youth
no
guru,
denying that. There's no denying that. So are you saying that what the youths them choosing to do now is not original, is not
I'm
not
saying
these things, so it can't have the spirit of reggae?
no. No. We're not talking about the spirit of reggae. We're
Listen,
talking about
no,
the sound of reggae. The sound of, because we have new youths now that are doing great music, like even the Wailers
Music
band.
of ever.
The Wailers band, right? The young youths said they take up the name the Wailers and they're moving out with it. And they sound authentic. They sound like the original reggae sound, right? We have the youths them from over in oh God.
Yeah, man, but all right. You see, you have to look at everything within context, right?
Yeah.
If somebody pick up themselves and them are going to put together the Wailers and that brand, that already represents something.
Okay.
So them have to come sound
I
similar
didn't
to
know
it.
he was going to say that.
But hold on. But outside of that now, right? Generally, me and you might different, but typically, the son don't necessarily like the same music as the father.
Absolutely, I understand that.
And definitely different from his grandfather.
Absolutely, I understand.
So now, when we have youths are coming at the music and they appreciate what was done before, and that's why them love music. But them also have something that them hear in them head where they want to bring out. To me, I don't have time like thinking about, is this sounding the same? Is this rare? Is this... I don't have time to do that because is what we are tech, what can we look on to take from them to say this is not authentic? At the core.
No, I get what you're saying, because a man's creativity is his creativity.
Is his creativity.
I understand that. But if you go to Philadelphia has its own sound, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? And that started, well, by a Jamaican though, but anyway, that started, and the doo-wop has its own sound.
Yeah.
Right? A person knows that there are a group of people say we're going to doo-wop. They must sound like
they know what the doo-wop going to be. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it is the sound me talk about. It is a
so
genre.
Somebody said them are going to do reggae. You think you know what them going to do?
No.
And that's what I'm saying. Reggae has never been that.
So okay, so let
that's
me,
my contention.
So let me
if you
say,
if you are invited to a reggae show and you don't know which acts are on the show, right? You can go there and you can get 4 different styles of reggae.
Yes, 4 different styles of reggae, but we all know that it sounds like reggae. But what the point I want
to ask you what that means, you know, sound like reggae.
Boy, I am not.
I agree with you,
I'm not a scholar. I'm not a scholar to articulate that in words, because reggae just has a feeling.
I mean,
and
I agree with you to a certain extent, but we know say is drum and bass.
Yes, drum and bass.
And we know say certain
drop,
instrumentation. Some people associate like the chenge, the stretch.
Yes.
Some people think the bang.
Right.
In the piano. So different people look on different things. Now, for the most part, most music out of Jamaica, most, not all, encompass these elements.
Yes, man, absolutely.
So, without trying, they already have the backbone of what is reggae music.
I agree.
Okay.
The point I'm making, though, is that we have music coming out of Jamaica. It's rocking the world. We don't have a new Rocksteady. Rocksteady has its own stone. Ska.
Why somebody not trying to use Rocksteady to take on the world?
Right. So I'm saying, why don't we have? Why don't
because
we
the youth, that's why I answered the first way.
No, don't feel like doing it.
The youth them want to do something new.
Right. Understand.
The youth them want to bring something new to the table. So it's like, to the youth them now, somebody do Rocksteady already. You understand? Because the average youth don't dream of busing to come. If a man honest with himself and honest with you, him not dream for come. He's inspired by. But a man want bust big. A man want be the Bob Marley. A man want be the Peter Tosh. A man want to be that. And the only way a man can do that, once him analyze the thing, is if him come with something.
But understand that, you know.
So because of that,
understand where
the drivers, the people who push the music, the people who are at the forefront of the creativity and have the most motivation, because of that same thing I said a while ago, they will always be pushing the culture forward. Because them who have the desire and the ability to be the next thing, recognize that to be the next thing, they have to have a little difference to them thing. So them can have elements to remind you, but if them going to impact the world, it have a little difference to it.
All right, I agree with you. I'm going to leave it there. I really want to make this point, but I'm going to leave it. Say it. No, because your explanation a while ago agreed with what I was saying.
Yeah.
By saying, if they want to be Bob, if they want to be Peter, if they want to be Burning Spear, they have to come and then come with something different.
Yeah.
I'm saying exactly. They are representing the Bob sound, the Peter sound, the Burning Spear sound, the whomever, the Lucky Dube sound, right? But it is a sound that they're representing, right? When you think about Sanchez and Pinchers, totally different sounds, but they were representing a type of our crooners, right?
Okay.
Think of Berry Salmon. That is an absolute balance between reggae and soul.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But it is Berry's sound. Now you have Dwayne Stevenson, who is out there doing the same thing that Berry's was doing
but him have
theme sound, but he's representing that sound of crooner and reggae music put together, right? We don't have a new Alton Ellis. We don't have a new Ken Booth. We don't have someone representing that sound. Is that a machine thing, or is that just the artist thing? Is that a marketing machine behind the artist, or is that because there's so many great artists out there that's got great talent. They do very well, whether they're instrumentalists, whether they're vocalists, whether they're writers.
Right.
But they don't get
let's use the examples where you used a while ago. Alton,
Ken Booth.
What they had in common?
Well, they had a distinct. Well, they were in a genre of music, right? And they had a distinct sound and a performance.
And the quality of
their music was
the
great.
lyrics.
Yes, everything put together. Their package was great, right?
I think generally it's accepted that the quality of songwriting has dropped in the industry from that time till now.
I don't know if I agree with
right?
that.
So you may not agree.
Yeah.
But I think so.
And
I think so. If we're talking about coming from the pen of Bob Andy and Marley and Tosh, where we had so many examples of people who were great writers, even some of the singers that we spoke about. Alton Ellis, great writer. Write some songs we're playing now. 1960s him write it in a trench town. Songs were his platinum records in a modern times. And so, where's our examples of that? Where nowadays modern acts are consistently writing songs that transcend in that way.
So again, I get what you're saying.
We have good songs, don't get me wrong, but the great songs in terms of how they're written and everything, I think we need more of them.
I agree with you. I want to leave it there because we're not going to have the attention span of the audience too much. But what I can say is that there's a lot that Jamaica has to offer. A lot in creativity. And it has always been now is the time. And it is still now is the time.
Yeah.
But we need to recognize that our sound is not just dancehall.
Special, yeah.
And not just reggae.
Yeah, you're right. We have enough banks we can go deep
Yeah, man,
in.
we're eclectic like nothing
Yeah,
before.
you're right.
And the thing is
right.
that once the Jamaica puts a hand on it, it becomes a distinct sound to the entire world. It is just the way it is.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, Sean Paul, to his credit, has been one of the acts that has been able to do it well. We see him give it authentic dancehall. We see him give it I'm Still in Love. And so I think if we're looking at it from that perspective, he's probably exploited the different types of music we have on that international scale. One of the more known acts would have done it. But yeah, I tell people say music is one of them business there where you don't have to ask me if I do well. If I do well, you're going to know because it's music. So it's just one of them things where if enough persons out there doing it good enough, it will come to the fore. So for me, it's a balance. I agree with you that we do have this repository of great music and sound that we can dip into. But then the other side of it is people want to do new things. People want to come with new things. People want to be different. People want to set themselves apart. And being able to authentically do that while staying true to yourself or then trying to go to a particular sound is not easy. For the average youth who take up himself and him go the music and So yeah,
it's an interesting thing.
It's an interesting thing.
But we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
For now, go and do your thing. Go and make the impact where you do with Bebel Rock and all the other things that you're involved in. I appreciate the work that you're putting in because you're setting an example. You're setting a kind of like a standard there.
Yeah, I've said this too. We don't normally do interviews and he's a behind the scenes kind of person.
I know that.
But likewise, you're somebody I respect, and so when you link up and say you have this go on and you want a reason, we say alright, we come reason because as we get older, we recognize that the youth them need examples and to hear the other side of it, not just the flashy talk or entertainment alone, but also some edutainment. So give thanks, appreciate you inviting me to share in the conversation.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
All right, so that is it for this version of Mobile Reasoning with the wonderful Abishai Hoilett from Bebel Rock and a lot of other things because we didn't get to touch about 3/4 of the things that this gentleman is into.
Yeah.
But know that we will have a part 2, as we always do. We have a second part.
Yeah.
A lot of Jamaicans don't like say part 2 and all them things, but whatever.
We don't actually start reasoning yet, man. We just tip of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg.
Next time we reason, we're going on a deeper thing. And
Yeah, man, definitely. So stay, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you do the sharing part because we need to get this type of reasoning out to the youths and to the rest of the world because we're thinking on all kinds of levels. So until next time, we'll see you. Blessings.
Thank you for checking us out on Good News Jamaica TV for content that informs, inspires, and transforms. Please like, share, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more positive Jamaica content. Walk good.